But Adam Brandon, I was with Adam last night. He's the president of FreedomWorks. This is a grassroots service center to millions of activists who support smaller government and lower taxes. Adam, welcome, brother. Good to see you, man.
Thanks for having me. I thought we were doing radio this morning, and you're looking all sharp, and I didn't even shave.
Well, you're online there, my friend. Well, you did like 10,000 interviews. We were at the Andrea Katzimatidis event with John and Margot for the Manhattan GOP. How great was that event? You said, what did you say? I said it was electric, it was inspiring, and then you were saying
it was optimistic.
Yeah, optimistic.
And
right,
when
you're right.
If people who are listening around the country, and you think, oh, that liberal bastion in Manhattan. That room was full of such conservative optimism yesterday.
It was jumping, man.
And it reflected the community. I looked around and saw people from all over, Manhattan there, and it was really exciting. And it makes me believe that in the long run, hey, we can win this battle of ideas.
Yeah. You're a young guy, and I think that Andrea got up there at Katzimatidis, if she's 30 years old, if she's 30, she was young. And I'm going, wow, a young Republican woman, and just lit up the room.
That's actually something. I probably did 7 or 8 interviews. Yeah. I think about 5 of them were with women, young women who are taking a lead in the party. Wow. And it's really exciting to see that.
It was nice. And then John was great. Everything he said, great. There's no more common sense Democrats. And he said, I invite the common sense Democrats to come over to the Republican Party. Come on over. We're ready for you. And me, I'm like more of an independent than anything else. And I have that in the back of my head because I was a lifelong Dem. Oh, the Republican Party is like, I don't know that you could ignite anything within the Republican Party. But then you think of Ronald Reagan, and you think your point was well taken. Whether you like Donald Trump or not, you can't deny the great job that he's doing as president of the United States.
Well, I come from Cleveland, Ohio, and my hometown has really had some hard times. And growing up, I saw some hard stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just different right now. It seems like it's finally making a turn. People get lost in the messaging, and I can't stand bad messaging. People like, these tax cuts put $1,200 in everyone's. Right now, if you want a job in America, you could get a job.
Yeah.
End of story.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people that were struggling to get jobs that now could get jobs.
Yep. I'm telling you. And I feel as well in my business as well. And you could see New York, where I see Mayor de Blasio has the gall to do this ridiculous Green Deal situation, and he goes to Trump Tower. There is a construction boom in this city like I've never seen, and that's my investor friends that are far smarter than I am, they're way richer than I will ever be. They say that's the Trump money. They feel confident to spend the money because President Trump is the president.
In the taxi down here this morning, I was amazed at how many buildings I see under construction. I'm used to construction in New York, but there is just a lot. And you build a building because you believe in the future.
That's exactly what it is. Tell us about FreedomWorks, Adam Brandon.
We're a grassroots group. We like to engage with people who, they're tired of yelling at the TV and they want to actually take some action. And my philosophy is based on one thing, and that is a politician's number one job. And that number one job is to get reelected. So when you own the politician's fear and they hear from you, they behave accordingly. So what we try and do is make sure that the people we're trying to influence are hearing from real voters in their district. And a lot of people are out there thinking, well, how do I contact a congressman? How do I do that? How do I, come to freedomworks.org, sign up, and we'll teach you how you make your voice heard, how you make an impact.
You did. How many interviews did you do? You were doing the interviews last night. I said it earlier. I said people were hovering to get on camera with you, man. And everybody's like, I got to get some camera time. And I couldn't. They said, Joe, run in there. And I couldn't bring myself to say, Adam, hey, it's Joe Piscopo. Can I come do an interview? I didn't want to bother you, man. If you grabbed me, I would have been there. You know that.
We have over 5 million folks following us on Facebook.
Wow,
and we find that community is just dynamite. And what they want to see, they're listening to shows like yours. They're watching things like that we're doing on Facebook because they don't want things filtered. They want to hear directly from their people that they trust, their opinions, and that's what we're becoming. A grassroots activism is more about communicating a message to our community than anything else these days.
I got to talk to you 7:45 with Adam Brandon. You got to check out FreedomWorks. So it's Kimberly Guilfoyle and Don Jr. And I'm saying, now I said this before we went on the air, I really appreciate what the president's doing, but I don't idolize him, or I'm not, like one of those guys that go gaga. With Kimberly and with Don Jr., though, there was star power. They were like rock stars last night, right?
They certainly were.
I said they were in front, and you interviewed them. Did they come over to you? Did someone bring them to you?
Literally, I turned to my left, and all of a sudden, Don Jr. was sitting next to me. It was I knew he was on the sheet of someone who might come on over, and I wasn't really prepared for it. But when they got there, and all I'm trying to do is have a conversation.
Yeah.
And whenever I talk with these folks, my job is not to hear me talk; it's to let them tell what's on their minds and what they're interested in. So we had a conversation about how he spends a lot of time on college campuses these days, and just the crowds and the energy that he feels on college campuses, which is very different from the narrative. The narrative is college campuses are these far left bastions. They might, but a lot of people on those campuses, they love when Don Jr. comes to town.
Isn't that something? And they go out together, Kimberly and Don Jr., man. And I'll tell you, when they stepped up, there was an energy, and there was like I say rock star feel because it's like, here's somebody who could believe it. But what I did not expect is Don Jr. to be so on the money. He's a great speaker and made some vital points.
Well, he's pretty funny too.
Yeah,
some of those jokes.
Man?
He was, one thing I don't like about working in politics is there's so many politicians that when I talk to these folks, they just think they walk on water and they're so over serious. He was self-deprecating. He was, entertaining with the crowd. Made a couple, jokes about the Russia stuff, and it was,
it was funny, man.
It was so opening, and it was hard not to be excited and optimistic.
And then the one thing I thought seeing Don Jr. there is how these senators, everybody's going after him. All the Democrats are going to now, and for Blumenthal in Connecticut to say, oh, now we're going to subpoena. It's like, and I've seen this kid of the president is a citizen. Right. He's a citizen.
Well, people forget, the Trumps were in real estate. They were in business.
Yeah.
Politics has its own bizarre little rules, and you can't say this, and you can't talk to this person, and you can't do this, because if you do, you're violating a federal law. It's very intimidating, and I believe it's made that way on purpose to keep people out of the system and out of the process.
Well said.
And then when you get people in, and I know people who got swept up in this Mueller investigation, they have huge legal bills, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 that they don't know how they're going to pay back, and they did nothing wrong.
That's right, the collateral damage that we talk about every day. What's FreedomWorks' take on the tariffs that the president is putting on the Chinese?
This is a bigger, longer question because I don't think there's the battle that's going on today, but we're entering into a new era. As long as I'm going to live, the relationship between the United States and China is going to be that pivotal issue. And so I'm not a fan of tariffs, but I'm also not a fan. The greatest wealth transfer in world history was the amount of military secrets that the Chinese have stolen from the Pentagon.
Well said.
So there is going to be some pain involved with this, but we need to recalibrate this relationship to be based on equal peers and respect. So I have a feeling this is going to get pretty tight, and the Chinese are going to push us to see how far we're going to go, and if we're willing to take a little pain here.
And you, as president of FreedomWorks, get the word out that the president is doing this. The end game is to just keep to tamper down Chinese with the intellectual property theft, with the military buildup.
Correct.
You can't, and all we hear about is from the left is about the Russians,
Russians are cold. China's cancer. These are two completely different. Different adversaries.
You got it. Well said. Adam, come back. Stay with us, man, on the show anytime. You can come here anytime. And next time,
I'm having too much fun. I don't want to go now. So
you're welcome to stay, man. I'll tell you what, because I appreciate what you're doing. FreedomWorks. You got to go. If you go to FreedomWorks, just Google FreedomWorks, and you'll see Adam and the great work that this kid is doing here from Cleveland, Ohio, baby.
Kid, I'm 41 years old.
Yeah, please. I'm old, brother. You're a kid to me. Everybody's a kid to me, man. Are you an Indians fan?
Oh my gosh, I'm even worse. I'm a diehard Browns fan. Yeah. So finally, I see the sunlight is coming out. So
listen, I keep up the great work, Adam, and thanks for being with us. Adam Brandon, FreedomWorks, right there. Thank you, my friend.
Take care.
Great. Keep the fight, my brother. Hey, it's 7:50, 10 minutes before 8 o'clock. Debbie Duhame's out there looking out.